Well, newly elected KZN Premier, that's Nomusa Dube-Ncube, is expected to appoint her executive council today. Well, she was elected and sworn in just yesterday during a special sitting. It follows the resignation of Sihle Zikalala after he lost the race for ANC provincial chair. Senior reporter Siphamandla Goge joins us now with the very latest. Siphamandla, good morning to you, colleague. And I suppose that's not the only resignation we've seen, right, within KwaZulu-Natal. I mean, Ravi Pillay as well, MEC for Economic Development, following suit. Could this be paving way for Nomusa to bring in a new executive?
That's correct. Absolutely no doubt about it. We are an hour away from finding out the new faces of the KwaZulu-Natal Provincial Executive Council. The new Premier, Nomusa Dube-Ncube, is set to unveil or appoint new members of the executive. The resignation of Ravi Pillay, who is the former MEC responsible for economic development, tourism, as well as environmental affairs, paves way for the provincial chairperson of the ANC in KwaZulu-Natal, in particular, Siphamandla Goge, to be considered for appointment in terms of him becoming a member of the Executive Council. Already yesterday, we saw the swearing in of the ANC's provincial treasurer, that is Dr. Ntuthuko Mahlaba. After the resignation of Mr. Pillay, Dr. Ntuthuko Mahlaba was sworn in as a member of the provincial legislature, also paving way for him to be considered for appointment in terms of the Executive Council. Speculation is rife that Dr. Ntuthuko Mahlaba could be given one of the MEC posts. Others are speculating that perhaps he could be deployed to the Department of Public Works and Human Settlements in the province. All of that is speculation for now. We can only wait and find out when the new Premier, Nomusa Dube-Ncube, announces the new members of the Executive Council. And also speculation is rife that Mr. Siphamandla Goge could be deployed or considered for deployment to the Department of Economic Development, Tourism and Environmental Affairs, a portfolio that was occupied by the former MEC, Mr. Ravi Pillay. If that becomes the case, it simply means Mr. Duma could become the leader of government business in the KwaZulu-Natal executive. It won't be for the first time such a move happens. When Sihle Zikalala, former Premier of KwaZulu-Natal, was sworn in as an MPL, immediately after that, he was appointed MEC responsible for economic development under former Premier Willis Mchunu. That made him the leader of government business. So it will be for the second time, if I'm not mistaken, ANC provincial chairperson in KZN is appointed to that portfolio and becoming the leader of government business. So others are speculating that a number of portfolios will be affected by this reconfiguration. For now, it's all speculation, but portfolios such as education, public works and human settlements, arts and culture, sport are some of those that are said to be affected. For now, as I'm talking to you right now, there is a meeting underway between the members of the Tripartite Alliance. I've spotted the Provincial Secretary of COSATU in KwaZulu-Natal, Mr. Edwin Mkhize, going into a meeting with ANC leadership in KwaZulu-Natal. Final briefings, they are briefing each other about the list of those who will be deployed to government. And some within the Tripartite Alliance have been questioning the issue of consultation. However, as we speak, that consultation is underway. After that meeting, the Premier will then announce new members of the executive.
Yeah, and I'm glad, Siphamandla, you touched on this meeting, because I wanted to ask you, a colleague, about when do you anticipate we might have that list released publicly?
Around 9:30, if all goes according to the media invite that has been released by the Office of the Premier. But let me tell you that work is already underway. I've spotted the Director General of the province of KwaZulu-Natal, Dr. Nomusa Dube-Ncube. Of course, she will be instrumental in this process of the appointment and swearing in of new MECs. Dr. Nomusa Dube-Ncube is inside that meeting room behind me. That's when the announcement will be made made by the newly elected Premier of KwaZulu-Natal, Nomusa Dube. There is the DG of the province, Dr. Siphamandla Goge. She's busy ensuring that all the logistics are in place for that appointment and swearing in of the new MECs. So at least by 9:30, we should get underway with the official program and the announcement by the Premier of the new members of her Executive Council.
All right, Siphamandla Goge, that's where we leave it for this morning, colleague. As soon as there are other developments, we'll be sure to catch up with you. Siphamandla Goge on for us in KZN, where newly elected Premier Nomusa Dube-Ncube expected to, of course, reshuffle her cabinet.